Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well as we go into 2022. Yes, it sounds quite futuristic. Now, sorry, it's normally would be a Friday chat, but as you can tell if you're watching these as they go up, it's not Friday, it's Sunday. So for the first time it's a Sunday chat. Time sort of like caught up with me. Retail was extremely busy over Christmas time. Last week was a bit of a weak Friday chat, I'd have to say, but this could be a little bit longer. Now, weather's not too bad, so hopefully next week, or very soon at least, I'll be out doing a walk on the Friday chat as normal. My hours next week are a lot lower, which is good in some respects, so I can spend more time running this, but bad in other respects, so I'll have less income coming in. But, you know, we've got to push forward with this channel. But hopefully you had a good Christmas. Got a few things I want to talk about here. So, yes, hope you had a good Christmas and a good New Year's. Saw you in good health there. I'd like to say thank you as well, because we did just before Christmas we did an impromptu Christmas live stream, which was unplanned. We sort of like went okay, and thank you for your generosity in that if you took part or indeed watched them. And we had great fun in the New Year stream as well, which was me talking for about 3.5 hours. You might have been in there, you might have seen the whole thing, you might have watched it on a rerun. Because it's been archived now, but big thank you to everyone that dropped in there and your support as well, as been throughout 2021, because then I can now start to invest this on new tech on the channel, because I have a bit more time to investigate that, which I'll come to in a little bit. So hope you've been enjoying the videos on the channel as well. Although I've been very busy, I've kept it running quite well, I think. Generally we do 6 videos a week, got the retro gaming stuff, and then we do the Friday chats, we can fit it in, and there's a members video as well, which you'll see if you're a member. If you want to become a member, support the channel and push it to success, then click on the join button below. But thanks to the subscribers, don't feel pressured to do that. Just by watching the videos is a big thing in terms of watch time as well. And I do like all the comments that come in, because that creates a bit of an activity, so when new people come in they see it's a bit of a vibrant place rather than a ghost town. So thank you to everyone who's helped throughout the year, no matter how small, but big thank you to the big ones. Thank you. Now I'll say I'll give a members shout out a bit later on in this video. I'll do a quick recap on the videos, the games we've covered in the last week. So if you've missed any of those with your busy schedules throughout this period, you can go back and watch them if you want to. So Christmas was like over a week ago now. That's like crazy time. It's crazy town. Things are just moving so fast. So yes, so a bit out of order. So you might have seen a few games beyond this point, which I'll recap next week. But last time we looked at Zombo's Christmas Capers on the ZX Spectrum. Now Zombo, this is a homebrew. Zombo is a character from the magazine 2000 AD. I think the most famous character from that is Judge Dredd. But this is like an exploration game. You have to collect a number of presents. I think Horace makes an appearance in that game as well. I quite enjoyed it. There wasn't a great deal to it, but what was there was nice to see. So that was a good bit of Zombo. And these went out on Christmas Day, believe it or not. So you might not have seen them. And the other game, which I didn't really get to grips with, there was a comment on this video that I hadn't done my research and stuff about the gameplay. But I get that every now and again. On every video it always says in the description it's your first or second go of the game. That's the take on this channel, so it's quite unique in that respect. It isn't expert gameplay, it's how you'd found it your first or second go, as I say, and when you've gone back to play it again. And this is Mr. Freeze. Bear in mind it was up against Manic Miner back in the times it was released. I thought it was a bit weak, a little bit too tricky. Basically you got to de-ice 6 fridges in no particular order. So if you're into de-icing your fridges, well there we go. It was interesting to see, but I wouldn't have been a big fan of it back in the day. It would have frustrated me quite a lot. And the other game we looked at, ZX Spectrum, we looked at this on the live stream as well, is Ducktales, Webby to the rescue. A really accomplished platformer, really nice to see. This one's on the 48K. The year 2021 has been a great year for homebrews. Hopefully 2022 is equal to that, or in fact even better, with Zosya on the scene as well. So yeah, DuckTales, based on, very loosely I suppose, on the Disney cartoon DuckTales as well. Good, so check out those ones. This game wasn't particularly good on the Commodore Amiga. I was a big fan of Bullseye, the TV show in the UK with Jim Bowen, based around darts. I still am. I still look at various clips sometimes. But this one was called Bullies Sporting Darts. Wasn't based on the quiz show at all. It's just got Bully the animation in there occasionally. Lots of different sub-games within this darts. So basically it's darts, which they always win or lose by the beauty of the aiming mechanism. It's similar to games like 180 on the Spectrum and Wacky Darts, but I found it a little bit awkward. But anyway, it's darts. If you persist with it, you've got patience with it, you'll get a bit more out of it, but it's essentially darts. And the other game we looked at this on the live stream as well, on the Atari 2600. It's a run and gun. I really enjoyed watching playing games like Akari Warriors and Commando on this system, which I didn't think were possible, but they were good. And this one is at least equal to those, if not maybe slightly better in some areas, called Front Line. As I say, on the Atari 2600, rather interesting character you control, but like Akari Warriors, you can also get into tanks and shoot your way out of various situations, and it's completable. This one is probably the easiest out of those 3 run and guns I've mentioned, and culminates at the end of the level where you must take out an emplacement or a fortress to succeed in your way. Complete the game or the level, and then it starts again on a slightly different level. So they were pretty good. We've fit in a couple of live streams as well, so check those out if you haven't already. Are being archived. Always good to see you live. That's the most fun. It's the most challenging for me. With live streams, of course, unlike the pre-prepared stuff sometimes goes wrong and I have to think on my feet and try and fix it within that certain time span. But we do have a lot of fun in there, and as always, the channel is about stress busting. Stress busting, and we help each other, try and lift each other, make each other feel better. Thank you very much there. Okay, so yeah, hope you had a good Christmas. I have like rough notes I write down here, but nothing's like completely scripted, because that's a part of the thing as well. Maybe I should do improv. I think I'd be quite good at that. Well, I hope so. Anyway, Nick, you're going off on a tangent again as I like scramble down to read my notes here. What was I going to talk about? Oh yes, Doctor Who. You might have seen the Doctor Who Christmas special Flux, which I thought was brilliant. I've just watched this morning Doctor Who Eye of the Daleks. I won't do any spoilers here in case you want to watch that on BBC iPlayer or it's playing in your country at a later point. But I've been really impressed the way this Doctor Who has come forward. I was a big fan of the old Doctor Who, and I've gradually warmed to the new series. On the first series of the new Doctor, the female Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, I thought, I think Bradley Walsh was in it and a number of other characters, I thought it started off very, very poorly. I thought a lot of the stories were quite weak, and there's too many characters outside of the Doctor to see Jodie Whittaker shine through. The second series was slightly better, and now I think she's really finding her feet now, Jodie Whittaker, in this role. I think Doctor Who is brilliant. Brilliant stories. Eye of the Dalek, or Eve of the Daleks, has got Aisling Bea in, who I quite like, an Irish comedian in there. John Bishop's in there as well, but the Doctor's allowed to play the central role, but it was nice seeing Aisling Bea equal to her in a lot of that, and I think it was done really well. It's one of those time loop things, and I thought that was a great episode of Doctor Who, and I'd probably go and watch it a few more times as well. So what are your opinions on Doctor Who? Let me know in the comment section below. You might not care about Doctor Who at all, but I think it's really got really good from what was a poor start. Now, I thought this about other Doctors that have played the role. It is a little bit of a shame that as soon as the Doctor sort of like gets into, or the actor gets into their sort of like full stride of playing the character, and you think maybe they can go a few series more, they then sort of like regenerate or quit or stop playing it, and then someone else has to take it from scratch and hit the road running. Tom Baker was great because he went for 6 seasons back in the day. I think Jodie Whittaker is probably worth a few more seasons now, but I don't think she's going to do them, which is a bit of a shame. They're always looking at love interests for Doctor Who every now and again. It's interesting. I don't quite like where they're going now, but anyway, we'll see what happens. I think it's Jodie's last season, but I might be wrong. She might regenerate into another woman. She might regenerate into another man. It's hard to know. But anyway, Doctor Who, very, very, very good. I recommend tracking that down. I'm really looking forward to the Formula 1 season as well. I'll just touch on this briefly. The last one's only just ended controversially with Lewis Hamilton not being 8 times world champion and Verstappen being world champion, with some dodgy sort of like decisions at the end. But the cars are going to be different for 2022. It's a big shake-up. I'm not sure this is going to happen, but the FIA say there's going to be a 1.5 second difference between the front of the grid and the back of the grid. Is Nikita Mazepin's Haas car going to be just 1.5 seconds slower than Max Verstappen and Hamilton? I very much doubt it. Formula One teams always try and find angles within the rules, and then the gap gets bigger. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. I think that might be starting either February or March, so not long to wait. Got a funny feeling that Max Verstappen might win again, and it might be Lewis Hamilton's last season, but we'll wait and see. George Russell is in the Mercedes as well, and he's not going to be as a compliant teammate as Bottas, and he's probably going to be very, very fast. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. There should be a lot of in-team arguing, I would have thought, about who's doing what, who should let who through, and all that sort of stuff. Good. I mentioned a little bit about the ZX Spectrum homebrew scene. I might do a stream next week. I haven't decided yet about my favourite homebrews in 2021. Don't know, still thinking about that. Again, it's a time thing. I'm playing a little bit of catch up with the videos there. I try and stay about 2 weeks ahead. I'm not 2 weeks ahead at the moment with what's been happening, hence a Sunday chat as well, but I'll try and get back in there as well. So thanks for showing its love. I've mentioned the tech also. I've been looking into dedicated webcams. At the moment I've been using this camera here like it's a normal standard old camera, hooking that up through game catcher called Elgato. I've got to look forward. I think I need a designated webcam to free up Elgato, so if I get a better computer at some point in the new year to do PlayStation 1 streams every now and again, although we will stick strictly retro, I can use the Elgato game catcher for the video footage and use the webcam under a separate channel to put my picture in picture, which is always a little bit better. I've been looking at webcams. I did do a question on Twitter. It was answered by a few of you, which is good. I'm looking at the Logitech ones. There was one's quite cheap. I think they're called the C920 or something similar to that. In some forums, people said they're having difficulty using that. It wouldn't compatible with Windows 10. Then some people on Twitter said, yep, they've got no problems with Windows 10. I've got to try and future-proof myself a little bit better. It's quite old, that big camera now, and I think I'm wavering towards the Logitech Brio. Although that's designed for 4K, my current computer can't sustain that at the moment, but I've got to future-proof myself, as I say, if I upgrade the equipment. And for the little bit of extra costs, thank you for your support, I might get the Brio instead and then see how we go there. So there might be a bit of testing. Also upgrade this camera for the outside stuff, so hopefully we get back outside again. Now, if you've got a Logitech Brio, or you've got negative thoughts about it, or positive thoughts, or you use a completely different webcam, then let me know about that as well, because I've still got a very open mind what we're going to do at the moment and try and get through. So yes, all the best to you for 2022. Thank you to the members there. If you want to become members, as I say, click on the join button below. Everyone of any tiers, I think it starts $1.99, so you can spare a little bit to help the channel out and myself, then thank you very much, but don't feel pressured. If you're on the second tier or above, I will give you a shout out of your name as special thanks. I think there's 4 of you as well want me to give a shout out for your various sites. If you want me to stop doing that, then let me know. Or if you're on that second tier and above and want me to shout out something you're up to, whether online or offline or whatever, then let me know about that as well. You can either contact me through the members section or on Twitter through Jenkins7Nick if you follow me on that. So big thank you this time round. Thank you for your continued support there. So thank you to Jason Smith, thank you. Tom Van Centura, thank you everyone. Greyhold 2, we've got a great community here. So thank you to Greyhold 2, which helped me with the Commodore 64 stuff a little bit back. So you know, whenever you see a Commodore 64 game on the channel, it's thanks to Greyhold 2 and his help there. So thank you, sir. Big thank you to David B73. Thank you, David, for your kind words and support throughout the year. Massive thanks to Dogs. Thank you. Your generosity in a couple of the the most recent live streams has been absolutely fantastic. It's that sort of thing that gives me confidence to push forward. I've got almost a little bit emotional in the stream for that last one you did. So thank you very much. It makes me feel like I'm on the right track, because sometimes you do doubt yourself as a creator when you get your knocks and the occasional person doing odd stuff outside of that which is negative to you. You want all positive stuff. So thank you, dogs. A big thank you to Obed Brinkman. You're extremely good guy. If you haven't already, everyone, have a look at Obed's Instagram site. He's a very keen photographer. It's instagram.com/obatphotography. I'll put the link above there. So it's instagram.com/obatphotography. Have a look at what Obed's doing. Have a look at his photos. A really skilled photographer. Have a look to see what he's doing there. So keep up the good work, Obed. You're a really, really cool, super guy. Thank you, Obed. There we go. Do check out that Instagram site there. Big thank you to Pete James. Thank you, Pete. And also, one of the best named YouTube sites you can ever find, Jason Arnott's Terrifying House of Obsession. I just love saying that name. Jason Arnott's Terrifying House of Obsession. Check out his YouTube site, and thank you for your support. Also, Jason, and contact on Twitter to say I value. So thank you very much there. Big thank you to GTB Films. Thank you for your help, and also N. Barrett. Thank you for your previous nominated games for us to do, which I always keep a note down. I'm sorry I can't take any more nominations. I've got a bit of a big backlist at the moment, but your help is appreciated. So thank you very much. Excellent stuff. We've done quite a few good reviews based on stuff you said. So thank you for your help there. Also, huge thanks to Ratty. Thanks, Ratty. Malad1. And Rzone1255. It was really good to see you in one of the most recent streams, so thank you. I do keep an eye on everyone that goes in and out there, trying to involve everyone, so thank you for your input, appreciated. The amazing Alf Fairweather, thank you, Alf. And also to your cat Poppy, who does all the groundwork, I'd imagine. Thank you, Alf. Cats rule, don't they? They rule. Thank you, Alf. Big thanks to Torque Marder. Thank you. And Nikki S. Thank you for catching one of the most recent streams, Nikki. Always good to see you in there. Big thanks to Claire Johnson. Hope things are good for you in 2022. Thank you to What Ho Snorkers. I know you're quite active on Twitch with your cosplay and all that sort of stuff, so may long may that continue. I know you're into Toast of London. I think there's a special coming up, isn't there, soon on the BBC? Hope I haven't missed it already, so I'll be looking at that on the iPlayer, especially, I've forgotten his name now. How can I... Ray Purchase, yes, will you dress up as Ray Purchase? Well. I'm looking forward to seeing that special. I'm sure you'll keep an eye on it as well. A big thank you to John Roby and Jeffrey Searby. Thank you, fellas. Thank you to Steve Norman as well. Steve's been, last year, he's been doing great guns on this site called retroarcadia.blog. I do recommend keep an eye on that or track it down. I do keep looking at it a lot. He very recently looked at, because I didn't do any shout outs last week, but I'll quickly cover it. He looked at a very sheepy Christmas, which I looked on the channel as well. Love seeing what you had to say about that game, Steve. Yeah, very active this site. So he's done also a compilation, which is really clever, a compilation of top 10 games of 2021 that he's enjoyed. Also the games he's completed throughout 2021. So have a look at those to see if there's any that you've completed as well, or you're on the way or gave up on. And also as well, every week he does a summary of games that he's been playing during the week as well. So keeps it all mixed up. There's a number of different systems that Steve covers. So it's retroarcadia.blog. I'm sure there's going to be great things coming up in the year 2022 from that site. I've enjoyed reading it throughout the year. It got a makeover at some point as well. Really well written, great photos, really clear site that pops. So have a look at retroarcadia.blog. Keep up the fantastic work, Steve, you're doing on that. You're going great guns. Good stuff. Big thank you to Lemmy Barnett. Thank you, Lemmy, for your comments on the videos and your partition the occasional stream. Partition? What's a partition? No, petition, you know what I mean. That word in the streams. I think I need a new brain. Now, massive thanks to Steve Q. Thank you, Steve. You've really gone above and beyond throughout the year to help me to push this thing forward. Any success, you know, is largely down to you as well as all the members. But thank you, Steve. Good man. Thank you. He picked me up when I'm a bit down as well. So thanks, Steve. A big thank you to Phil Hill, Chono Baggy. Thank you for all your great comments there and your participation. Yeah, I've got it. Participation in the channel always bring positive vibes, which I feed off. So thank you there. That's what gives me the energy, the positivity, which is always good, never negative, always positive, which is great. Also, Chono Baggy, he has got a site which I hope I've written down here. Yes, there we go. Have a look. Chono Baggy, big into the cosplay. Really talented. When I look at these photos, I think they're from a film. So have a look at these. I really recommend it. Instagram.com/ChonoBaggy. That's Instagram.com/ChonoBaggy. I don't know if you wanted me to shout out this site again, but I will continue to do so, just in case you put any other pictures up there or new people come in and want to look at that. Drive some traffic your way, but really good. I particularly like the Star Wars cosplay stuff you do. A bit of Doctor Who in there as well, I believe. But everyone, check that out as well. So a couple of Instagram sites there. Obat Photography and Chono Baggy stuff as well. So if you have a look at both of those, fantastic stuff. And also big thank you to Jason Holmes. Thank you, Jason, for your continued support as well. Now there's a few of you on the upper tier, so massive thanks to you guys. Hooray! Thank you. If there was 100 people there, then obviously I'll be on easy street and this channel will go supernova. No, not supernova, because I'd explode. But you know what I mean again. It's like that participation word. I didn't know what was going on. So, big thank you to Rossi Bossy. I shout this out a lot, but do go there and see what Rossi's doing. Very active man, very busy man outside of gaming as well. So, it's rossbossy.itch.io. There's some games on that site as well that you can download and play today. There was the Christmas Scramble game that I played. Santa's Christmas Scramble that I played just for Christmas. It's a throwaway cracker game that he did in about a day. That was good fun. There's Re-Enduro on there you can play today, even in I think you could play that in a browser as well. Nifty Lifty 2, which is covered a few times on the channel via live stream. Super Pixel 3D Grand Prix, that will be continued to be developed throughout the year, I'd imagine. Real fun to get involved with. I think there might be an alpha version still available on that site. I'm not quite sure if that's still available, but have a look at it anyway. And he's also working on a side project called Re-Enduro, which is a shooter. It looks not Re-Enduro, Re-Xevious, that's it. That looks absolutely fantastic. So show that site some love. rossbossy.itch.io, talented coder to look forward to see what other stuff he does in 2022. So thanks, Rossi, for your help there. Continue doing the great work. Massive thanks to Colin Hode. Thank you, Colin. Thank you. Your help has been absolutely amazing as well through 2021. That's lifting me as well, so thank you. Big thanks to Martin R. You're a real fun chap. Thank you for your participation in the streams, and you know your help's been amazing as well. So thank you, Martin. All the best for 2022. Richard Mitten, my friend from California. I know he's doing the live streams. We got there, but then the New Year's wasn't for about 5 to 6 hours for you. So you crossed over the line now. Hope 2022 is going okay. Happy New Year to you, sir, Richard Mitten. Thank you. Thanks to Tom, and also as well, yeah, you've been fantastic. It's Graham Webby, my friend in Australia. Thank you for your support as well. Now, I'm really bowled over by the members' support continuously and the subscribers, so thank you. Right from the start, I've tried to keep this channel as honest as possible as I can, so for that it's grown slightly slower. I've never bought subs or done sub for sub and all that sort of stuff, so what's happened is, although it's been a very slow growth, painful at times, we've got this rock hard community and gradually growing, so it's like gradually building up a fire. So thank you for sticking with me. Some great things planned for 2022. Should be okay to do those, I think. I'm fairly confident. So keep an eye on the videos. Big thank you to the members. Take great care of yourself. We'll always try and keep it relaxed as we possibly can. Beating stress is the name of the day. You'll never beat it entirely. It'll always be there slightly, but it's getting the coping mechanisms and at least an escape as well. So it's been a Sunday chat rather than the Friday chat. So till next time, take great care of yourself. Thanks, guys, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.